Hello and welcome to my channel. Thank you for visiting. The purpose of this video is to give you a much quicker flick through of the Silver Lattice Journal. If you've sat through my previous YouTube video, then well done for that. It was very tedious. So let's start the flip through. The closure of the journal is a leather strap. It just unbuckles. It's adjustable, so you can add lots of bits to your journal if you want to, and it will still close. The purpose of this is just to protect the cover from the buckle. The strap is just a leather, nice thick leather strap. If you do want to see a much more detailed flip through, then feel free to have a look at my previous one. Here we have a tassel made up of various pieces of silk with bits added to the end. The book is a hardcover book. This is the original book cover. I've added a couple of coats of sealer to help to protect it, and some metal book corners, a leather spine, a piece of lace down the edges here, and then on the back, because the back was quite marked, I've added this image here and collaged some butterflies onto it and added some gold leaf. So I think that looks quite pretty. I've kept the original end papers because they were in good condition, and left this original inscription, which obviously you can cover if you want to, but this book was a prize, a form prize, summer term 1918, so I thought it was rather nice to leave that in there. This is just a piece of vintage linen and lace. It's an envelope from the paper cameo, and inside it is just a note from the bookmaker. It's a different one to what was in my original video. I reworked it and included that in there. It's the original preface from the antique book, and a piece of vintage music paper to reinforce the spine edge. This is just an envelope inside a parchment pocket. It sits in this belly band here. That's embossed there. This is a piece of vintage music paper. A couple of journaling cards there. Some gold leaf on the bottom edge. I don't know if you can see that. This is a full length pocket here, and this obviously just a small pocket at the front here. Some handmade paper. I've done some stenciling on the bottom corner there. A bit sewn on there. Some tea-dyed paper. This is a book page. It's a nice thick book page with lovely images on it, so I've included that in here. Some hand-dyed paper. Original vintage book page from a nature book. Some washi tape down the edge there. More hand-dyed paper. Tea-dyed paper, the other side of that handmade paper. Some tea-dyed paper. This was added while I was tea dyeing. I just added some keys in there and then rusted onto it and left quite a nice image. vintage music paper, little tag there. There's lots of pockets in this book. Some gold marbling on this page. It's nice handmade paper. It's an antique book page again. Hand-dyed paper. Another antique book page. So we have 92 pages in here, giving 184 sides. The actual journal is 9.5 inches by 7 inches. That's 24 centimetres by 18 centimetres. And the spine is about 2 inches. I think that's about 5 centimetres. It's a curved spine, Oxford hollow spine. There's 5 signatures. I don't know if I said that. They're bound in with a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. Piece of vintage lace down there. It's a hand-dyed page. Some nice images left from the that I put in the tea dyeing process, so they look quite effective. Hand-dyed paper, piece of atlas tissue paper. Another little journaling card. Embossed pocket there. This pocket is made with a lace collar, piece of a lace collar. Couple of cards in there, journaling tags. Clipped over the top here, I just have a paper cluster. So we have some very thin mulberry silk handmade paper there. This thicker piece here that I've stenciled across the bottom, and a piece of vellum over the top there. Antique book page, just a couple of little tags there. If you want a more detailed flip through, then feel free to go and look at my other video, but I warn you, it is rather tedious. I think it's about half an hour long, but there is a description of most of the pages. Just a little fairy postcard there. Piece of Tim Holtz paper there. And down the middle here we have a bookmark which is fixed to the spine. It's just a salvage edge of a piece of raw silk with a little silver bead on the end there. And that can just mark any page in the book. I think this is an addition to the original video. Some buttons and a couple of cards there. Tag there. These are made with clocking in card. Again, if you look at my previous video, there's a very long-winded description of that. I hope the light's okay for this video. I'm not sure it's a very good light today. Another of those tea-dyed pages with a nice don't know if you can see that. There's a nice image left there from some lace. These are tied and just cut off this signature strings. There's quite a nice lot of pockets in here. I've left it fairly blank, hopefully just to inspire you to do your own thing in it. Some more vintage music paper there. A doily that I've collaged there. Piece of silk sewn on there. This is an image from the original Silver Lattice book. Beautiful colours, despite being over 100 years old. It's a vintage flower book there that folds out. A bit of stenciling there and some dyed paper. Piece of honesty here and some translucent paper here. I think you can see that. An embossed corner pocket there, piece of lace sewn down there. I feel like I'm telling you what you can see. There's no point in saying it, but hey ho. Piece of vintage music paper there, some hand-dyed paper. This is some tea-dyed paper and just a little empty envelope there with a piece of vellum. I think that's an addition to the last video. What I do is I'm making more journals, and then I make bits and I think, oh, I didn't put that in the Silver Lattice, and I go back and add little bits if I think they'll go. There's a piece of ledger paper there. Parchment paper, another Silver Lattice book image, piece of washi tape down there to reinforce the edge, spine edge. More hand-dyed paper, more tea-dyed paper. It's a vintage atlas page. A little photo in there with a deckled edge. Some embossed gold paper. Parchment paper. Nice deep pocket here with a journaling card in it. A little card there with a lace and leather tag. And that's just my label and the book number. Again, the original end paper here. Piece of vintage lace down there. There you go, that finishes the video. I think I've knocked off about 15 minutes, so that's quite good. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye, take care.